I'm going to give you Nebraska's unit rankings, every unit in the Big Ten, according to Athlon's.
Yeah, let me hear
So
it.
their quarterback room's at number 7.
Okay, yep.
The running back room's at 8.
Yeah.
The wide receivers and tight ends at 12.
Wow, that's a big mistake.
Northwestern at 13, Illinois at 14. So they've got Minnesota just ahead of Nebraska at 11.
I'll have to have a chat with those guys. I know exactly where their office is located. It's not very far away from my house in Nashville.
All right. So we've got also now at offensive line number 8. On the defensive side, for having so much experience and talented experience coming back, they've got the defensive line at 9,
Wow.
the linebackers at 6, and the DBs at 7.
Yeah, well, I mean, it sounds to me like they're trying to play it safe for the most part and throwing them all right about in the middle. To me, I don't agree with that. With as much experience and talent and depth, I mean, Travis Fisher was on Nebraska Sports Nightly last night and actually told the world that he's 14 deep in his secondary. So, I mean, take that as you will, but that's a bold statement, and saying that you've got that many guys that could actually be the guy. So, yeah, a lot of this national stuff, like we talk about, I know we've talked about Paul Feinbaum before, and Athlon. I'm very familiar. Like I said, I'm very familiar with Athlon. A lot of former Rivals employees that were based out of that Nashville area kind of end up at Athlon. So I know a lot of those guys, and none of them really know much about Nebraska, to tell you the truth. So I think they're just kind of going off of trying to play something safe, and like that wide receiver ranking is absolutely ridiculous. I think they're just thinking about what Nebraska used to be as an option team and didn't really utilize wide receivers. So that's kind of the way I'll break that Athlon ranking down. And no wonder why they never have me on as a guest on anything.
Ben Jackson is asking about the pass rush and hoping it improves this year. What do you think?
Well, yeah, we always want that to happen. When you have that difference maker, that pass rusher that we haven't seen for a while. Since Randy Gregory was here, and you go back to Ndamukong Suh, and even farther down the road with guys like Trev Alberts, and just you can go on and on with those premier pass rushers that Nebraska has turned out over the years. I don't see. I see it maybe improving a little bit, but I don't see like a big time difference. I think you're going to see a collaborative effort, and I think with Ty Robinson and Casey Rogers, I think their potential is sky high, and if they perform the way that I think they might, then you might see all of a sudden a dominant pass rusher come out. Is that maybe a Garrett Nelson or somebody like that? Because I know for sure that when I fell in love with Garrett Nelson when he was playing in high school, and he was rushing the passer like a madman, and if he wasn't sacking the guy, he was knocking him on his butt every time. So, we'll see. But I think it's going to be more of a collaborative effort, and I think you want to try to force more turnovers. I think that's where you're going to see the difference, and that's going to help the pass rushing too. So we'll see. We want to see improvement there. Bottom line, and I just wouldn't go overboard on predicting anything on that.
Dewey's asking about Will Honas. Obviously, he suffered a knee injury during the spring. Do we have any idea of when he should be able to get back?
We don't. The last thing that we'd heard from Coach Frost was that he was hopeful that he might be able to come back sometime later in the season, but I highly doubt it. and I know that they were seeking out an additional year, medical year on him. So hopefully that he gets that granted, and then he can just come back again next year as a 30-year-old senior.